Hi, I'm Brian Brookins, and this is my one piece of advice for leaders in the church. It's really simple, but it's life-changing for me. It's God establishes you if God calls you. If you've been called by God, trust God to establish you in ministry, because there are so many things that just come against us in ministry, so many challenges, a lot of spiritual warfare, a lot of challenges. Just even when you think about leadership for most of us in the church, especially if you're in charge of a department or other people or maybe an entire church or planning a church, you're called on to do a lot of different things. And some of those things are going to be out of your gift set. And it's very tempting to get discouraged. It's very tempting to feel like, I'm just not good at some of this. And then for me, it's really tough when criticism comes, because I'm already kind of criticizing myself. And then a little criticism comes, or, something doesn't go well, or the numbers aren't there. The attendance or whatever it is. And it can just be overwhelming. If we're not careful, we start to react to all of that, and it becomes very, very unhealthy. We become defensive, our emotions go to dark places, and it can be very, very negative. If God's called you, He'll establish you. Trust Him to do that. Obey God and leave the results to Him. That's easier said than done, but here's the biblical word picture for that. Moses was 80 years old when God called him. He stepped out, obeyed God, and probably, truth be known, he would have been happy just to stay right where he was, but he went. And he dealt with a lot of things. People grumbled against him. His leadership was constantly challenged. And yet you see him not defend himself. I mean, people come and they accuse him, and he says, okay, we'll let God decide. And he steps back, and God opens up a hole and swallows up people. It's kind of dramatic, but you get the picture. Now, I don't think God's going to open up a hole and swallow up people that criticize or come against you, but He will establish you. He will, if you trust Him, and you will know a lot more joy in ministry if you just trust Him to do that.